Before we get started, let's check out the links in my description. We all want nice things. We want the car, we want a house, we want a high limit credit card. But if you don't have at least a 680 credit score, you're not even in the game. So click this link here to know where you stand and get your free credit scores from all three bureaus. That will be Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And also get your reports. If you would like to be free and become financially independent through entrepreneurship, click this link here to be free. If you'd like to get cash back, which is a discount during shopping, please click this link here to see my favorite cashback sites. And if you enjoy the music you hear in the background, please click the link here and subscribe to It's Oasis. Hello everyone, welcome back to Community Wealth. Once again, as you see here, we're on the Womply status page. I'm at borrow funded for both draws. I already received the first draw on April 15th. And I'm on borrow funded for the second draw as well, as you see here. And I'll let you know what's going on with that in a second. Right here, the status page for Womply. You have right here to the right, you have Harvest, which is my lender, and I have Harvest for both draws. Some of you have Harvest for the first draw or whatever lender you have for your first draw, and you have a different lender for your second draw. I'm not sure how many of you have different lenders, but I was fortunate to have the same lender, so I didn't have any issues. Some people had a different lender and they may have a small issue with funding because maybe the application and the information yet, crossed in switching to different lenders. I'm not sure because some people got funded on the first draw, but the second draw didn't get funded. I want to see how that can happen. It's the same information, but it has happened. But I'm assuming the lenders and Womply will get it together eventually. And sorry if that happened to you, but just reach out to the lender or Womply to see what the problem is, and make sure to double check your banking information to make sure that that's correct. So a lot of you still have questions about funding instructions. Remember, funding instructions is mainly for the lender. Before it goes check green, you have to make sure that information and funding instructions is correct, because that is where the lenders get the information from to send you the money. So that's where your banking information will be. So check funding instructions before it goes green and make sure that information is correct so you don't have no problems. Now, if it is correct and you have a problem, then you're going to either have to update that information with another bank or reach out to the lender and find out what the problem is. I don't know how to reach out to the lender. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to assume that the information is on your promissory note, and it may be like if they tried to fund it to you and it got declined, you should be able to call the bank and find out that information to the lender phone number, but it should be on your promissory note. All right. We're clicking around here. There's nothing to click, so you won't get the information from the lender. And also, I checked this earlier. Remember I said I was going to click to learn more? This is all it says. It says status detail borrower funded. This application has been funded. The lender sent the money to the bank information provided. Depending on the recipient bank institution, it can take a day or two before the receiving bank will show you the money has arrived. Now, that sounds great, but sometimes it takes longer than 2 days, okay? So it could take up to a week. I remember that being said before, and that has happened to many of you, that it took up to a week for your money to arrive in your account. So just look for a week is my suggestion. Don't look for 2 days, look for a week, and if you get it in 2 days, that's fine, all right? Some people have gotten it in 24 hours. I have yet to get that, but we'll get there soon. And since we're speaking about that, we're going to go ahead into it, all right? Oh, before we get into it, the statuses, okay? The status will always start out Womply processing. I'm not sure how long it's going to take. Depending on the lender, I'm assuming, or depending on if they find you a lender right away or not, or whatever. How would that work? But the first status on first and second draw, pretty much the first and second draw statuses are the same. So the first status is Womply processing. They got to see information back, they send information back or whatever, so you can update the information or give them what they're asking for. The second status is lender processing. The third status is lender submitted. And after that, the status is going to be SBA processing. Then it'll be SBA approved. Now, usually it's only about a 1 to 2 day window between SBA processing and SBA approved. Sometimes it's a lot longer. Okay, I'm just telling you from my experience and from a couple people that I've spoken with. After SBA approved, it'll move to SBA approved lender processing, which is not long. But right after that, it's going to go to lender funding. And right at lender funding, you can kind of relax because the next status is borrower funded. And after borrower funded, you can start checking your account within a day or two or a week for your money to be deposited in your account. Now, in between there, I forgot to mention, at the Womply processing stage, they're going to send you the original application to DocuSign. You DocuSign that, move it along. Somewhere along, you're going to get an ID check too, where you got to send a picture of your ID and you have to take a selfie or something, picture with your webcam. All right. If you go to the identity check, use the webcam to take your picture. It goes through pretty okay. All right. Now, when you're SBA approved, they're going to send you a promissory note DocuSign. So you send that out to them. And once you hit lender submitted, once you hit lender funding, you're going to get another app DocuSign for the second draw. It's a DocuSign for the application for the second draw once you're at lender funding. But once you get your money and everything, you're going to be in what they call sign and hold. All right, sign and hold is for the second draw. That allows the lender time to get the information over to SBA, which had to be funded. It had to be about 7 days. So after about 7 to 10 days, your app will be sent over to SBA for SBA processing. So right after sign and hold, it's going to go to SBA processing. All right, it's going to take about 7 to 10 days for that to happen, or 7 to 10 business days for that to happen, because they have a time frame in between to wait from the first deposit till submitting for the second draw. And I believe it's up to like 7 days or something like that, 7 to 10 days, something like that. All right. So now once you're in SBA processing for the second draw, you already know the drill because you went through this with the first draw. So your second, the next phase will be SBA approved, just like in the first draw. It'll be SBA approved. Once you go SBA approved, your next step will be lender funding. You're gonna do an SBA approved lender process. You probably won't say that. Probably just skip right over to lender funding, which is what happened to me. And you already know from the first draw experience that at lender funding, any day now is going to be borrow funded. And you can start checking your account for your second deposit, just like I did. And here we go. Here's my second draw. As you see, it came on April 28th. It was pending. All right, it was pending on this day as well. So I guess it cleared that day or posted that afternoon or that evening. I saw it this morning, so I thought this was going to say the 29th, but it actually says the 28th. But that's when it was pending, and now it's actually deposited in my account. Again, I still have harvest, and this is how much I got. Some of you got big ones. Congratulations to you. All right, some of you got big ones, and I hope it was all legit. I'm not saying that you guys are not legit on here. So I believe everyone that's on my YouTube channel that's commenting back and forth with me, we're having a online dialogue. I believe you guys are legit. I'm not saying that anybody is not legit. I have no idea, but I know there's a lot of illegitimate applications out there. So if you guys have illegitimate applications out there, you're getting $20,000. I guess congratulations, but hope it doesn't go bad for you. You know, because you're not going to be able to use it in the way you're supposed to use it. Of course, you might say, I can just transfer it over to me. Okay, that's fine, that's great. But hope you got a real Schedule C, and I hope that you got that information in with the government, because once they start looking for that money and you got to file taxes next year and you don't really have a Schedule C, you know, or it might be a situation where they go back and look at your taxes for real and they realize that those numbers don't add up. So I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just letting you know that, as you know already, the government is not playing around with these government funds. They're not messing around with this. All right, it's a lot of fraud, and I guess they're getting tired of it. They knew it was going to happen. So if you're not doing this legitimately, if you're playing around, you need to make sure you either pay that money back or you hope your number don't come up. I'm just saying. Everybody that's legit, everybody that's on it, everybody that got this thing together, congratulations. And like I said, even congratulations to the people that's not legit. But I just hope it don't come back later, because it's not going to be fun. All right. Now with us, people that's are legit, is what we're supposed to do. When they reach out and say we have to go for the we have to start inputting information for the forgiveness, I'll do a walkthrough of that as well, no problem. Okay, but here it is, guys. This is my deposit. It came on the 28th. So anybody else that got a deposit, congratulations. Post in the comments, let us know what's going on. All right. So with that being said, I got some other good news. It's not, I don't know if it has to be on the government funds front. I mean, my good news doesn't, but I don't know if we got any more good news on the government funds front. I am going to try to get my EIDL loan to go through, because I think I told you I got rejected for it last year because of my credit, but now my credit it's the bomb. So I need to go ahead and see if they'll just run it through the credit. I don't have to go through the whole major reconsideration thing, or I don't know. I haven't tried yet. So I'm gonna get them a call. I might record this call again. I don't know. I'm thinking about it, because there's going to be a lot of private stuff going on the phone call, so we'll see. But until then, everyone, look out for my other good news. It's about my channel. I guess you guys can already guess it, but it's about my channel. Some other good news on that aspect of things. Also, I got a lot of stuff coming up with credit repair. I can kind of focus on that a little more. How to make money with this money we just got. You know, how to make money online. So there's a few more videos I'm coming up with. But hey, as always, everybody, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to It's Oasis, like and share, and to the next video, let's get this money.